What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now today we're taking a look at the 40th anniversary Star Wars Empire Strikes Back Darth Vader, model number MMS 572. I've been hanging to finally get this figure in my collection, and he's finally here, so we'll get into the review. As you can see in front of us, there is the packaging that he comes in, and that actual cover there is actually a slip-off cover, slip-on, slip-off cover. And as you can see there, it's in typical Star Wars fashion. It's got a picture of Darth Vader on the front there, finished off with a black background. It says Star Wars on the front, the model number, also has that 40th anniversary Empire Strikes Back logo on the bottom there. And then on the back there, as you can see, the standard credits and warnings. Now what I'll do is I'm going to remove this slip-off cover just so you can see what the packaging looks like underneath that. Now as you can see, we removed that front cover, and then it reveals this real retro style packaging underneath with those silver lines on the outside of the clear plastic there. You can see on the side that just went past the picture of Vader with his helmet off. On the back as well, some more credits and warnings. Picture of Vader there holding his lightsaber on the side. And then that real retro style on the front there where it says Empire Strikes Back. The packaging itself is very thick as well, so it's pretty sturdy. Yeah, I'm liking this, this design. So it's pretty cool. So let's go ahead now and take all the accessories out of the box so you can see what Darth Vader comes with. Okay, so here are all the accessories that Vader comes with. So as you can see, he gets a bunch of stuff. We'll start off with the gloves that he gets. So they're pretty well detailed. I like the style. Only bummer about the Vader gloves is, as always, is if a peg breaks inside there, you got some issues. But you get a whole bunch of different ones. Force push hand, pointing finger one. Oh, sorry, that's not a pointing finger, that's more like a, I don't know what you call that one. It's got a fist. There's the pointing hand one. And then you get these two to hold the lightsabers. There's actually another two pair of gloves which are on the figure at the moment, which are the ones that you can pose with holding his belt. We'll move on to the light up lightsaber hand. Obviously to activate it you need to flick the switch on, and it's pretty bright. I might show you guys a bit later in the video with the lights down, see how bright it is with the blade attached. And then you just put it all back together, and that's it. You get the saber hilt, lightsaber hilt, pretty much like all the other Vader ones. Pretty well detailed. I do like it. And obviously the blades, which just pop in. And then obviously you can put the swooshing one in there as well. Which is pretty standard on all the Vader figures. And then you also get this incredible diorama style stand base, which is pretty cool. So you can reenact that scene when he tells Luke Skywalker that he's his father, and it lights up as well, so you just turn it on. You can see those lights there. It's also got that effect where the lightsaber's chopped these bits off. It's all scorched as well. Pretty cool. And that's all the accessories that Vader comes with. Okay, so there's the blade lit up. As you can see, it's pretty bright in the dark. It's not too bad. I don't mind it. But yeah, that's basically how it looks like with the light on. Alright, so let's take a closer look at this figure. Let's get a good look at that head sculpt. Straighten up the helmet. It's pretty cool. Now, one little tip that I will give you, this is a little bit of a bummer with this figure, is that this tends to fall off quite easily. So what I would suggest to do is, if whenever you're trying to pose the figure or you're handling it in your hand, I would remove this first. So that way, if it does fall off and goes, you don't want it to fall off and hit the ground and then you've scuffed up that beautiful helmet. So there's a little tip there. Whenever you're posing the figure, I would take the helmet off first, get into the pose that you want, and then put the helmet back on. Now, while we've got the helmet off, let's just take a good look at that detail underneath that helmet there. Go right around to the back so you can see they give you a bit of a tease of Anakin Skywalker there. So I'm assuming when the Return of the Jedi version comes out, they will offer us the head sculpt where you can see Anakin's face. It's pretty cool, the detail there. You can see the different shades from black to like a gunmetal there. It's really well done. The top of the head there, all that detail. Then down to the chest area, it's all really well done. The gapping there is spot on. I really like the way this is put together. I think it's probably the best well-made Vader that we have. And then the boots. So let's get into how much movement you get. We'll start off in the feet. You don't get too much. You can bend the knees to about there. I'm not going to push it too much because I don't want to damage the figure. Legs go to, I'm struggling about there, and then back just about there. Now, doing the splits, just be careful you don't wreck underneath. You can go to about there. I'm not really pushing it. The waist, you get a little bit of movement, not much forward and back. His arms, back roughly about there. Forward, you can push it a little bit more, but I'm not going to. Do get a good bend in the elbow. Bit of a bicep swivel, and then the hands, you don't get any movement because of the glove. His neck area, you do get a bit of movement. Forward and back, not too much. And that's basically all the movement you get with Vader. As you can see, he's on the base there in that iconic pose where he's just holding his belts. I've got the lights on the chest going. He looks fantastic. I love this guy. I will bring out the Rogue One and a New Hope figure just so you can see a bit of a comparison. But just want to show you what he looks like on the base. So there, as you can see, you're able to replicate that famous scene where he says to Luke Skywalker, "I am your father," and that's basically the money shot there with this figure, with that base. And I really love how the chest plate and the belt, those things on the belts there, light up, and also the lights on the base. It really puts this whole package together, and that's why for me, I got to say it, this Vader as a product is the best Vader that we have on the market by Hot Toys. So I think if they release the Return of the Jedi one, they're going to have to do something pretty special to beat this one. So just a quick comparison. In front is the Empire Strikes Back. On this side we have the Rogue One and then the New Hope version. And you can just see the evolution to when they got to here. The attention to detail and just the way that it's, as I was saying, the quality in this one is just, they got it right. I still love my Rogue One. Yes, I know there's lots of Rogue One fans out there. I do love him. He's still pretty spot on. I do prefer the gloves more on the Rogue One A New Hope style than the Empire Strikes Back version, but this whole piece as a whole from Hot Toys is probably the best that we have. Yeah, you can see the differences too. The chest plates, it's pretty close to the belt area there, so it looks pretty spot on. That one too, not much of a gap between the belt there, but as you can see on the New Hope, there's a huge gap, and it just looks a bit weird on the New Hope version. Obviously there's differences in the masks, the helmet, the brim's a lot different, whereas this has got a bit of a gap between the eyes. That doesn't. His eyes are red on there. The Empire Strikes Back, I don't believe he's got red lenses. Those are pretty much similar. The difference is that helmet's a lot more glossier and the New Hope is a lot more dull, but it was like that in the movie in the New Hope, so that there is pretty accurate. And obviously little black, it looks like it's been scuffed up on that little bit of silver on the mask area, same as that one. That's how it was in the film, and the only difference is in the film for the Rogue One, that part there was over the chest plate, but I like it like this. Looks pretty cool. So yeah, the Empire Strikes Back one is really doing it for me at the moment. But yeah, just a little comparison there. Well, just wrapping up, for me, this guy, if you're a Vader fan, is definitely a must. I personally think that this is the best Vader we have so far from Hot Toys, and not just because you get that base diorama base stand that he comes with, but the quality, the way that they've built this guy, the quality in him is just spot on. I really am digging this. So if they do release a Return of the Jedi, it's gonna have to really have something special with it. But that's basically it. That wraps up this review. So if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can keep up to date with the latest videos coming out on my channel. Well, that's it for me, guys. I'll see you next time on the channel. And as always, take care.